What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog, and today I'm gonna explore the Greenpoint neighborhood in Brooklyn, which is known by a Polish American community. This is my first time in this neighborhood. Don't know really much about it, but like always, I'm just gonna go with the flow and I'm gonna walk around, explore the neighborhood, so join me. As soon as I got off the ferry, I noticed there's like those city bikes. You can rent a bike and ride around. I know there's a lot of the neighborhoods in New York City you can go around by bike. And then the Greenpoint is between Williamsburg and Long Island City. So it looks a lot like Williamsburg. Like it got the hipster vibe and it got a lot of brand new condos. So it looks pretty cool. Here the neighborhood reminds me, some parts reminds me of Williamsburg. Other parts reminds me of Red Hook, Brooklyn. And then I'm walking around the Waterfront because I know there's like some talks. I don't know if there's a festival, but I'm gonna go check it out. Now I spotted the market, so I'm just gonna go check the market out, see what's happening. This market's pretty cool right here in the Waterfront. I know it's a little windy, so sorry if you hear a lot of wind noise, but you see the Waterfront in New York City. And behind me it's all market and the food and all that, so yeah, pretty cool and good. You know, they're taking the safety measures during the pandemic, so it's pretty cool. So that's a nice, cool little market. And the funny thing is, when I was coming in the ferry, I spotted that market from a distance, so I decided to walk around and check it out and see what it was all about. But yeah, it was pretty cool, and they got like food, they got, you know, clothes, a little bit of everything. But I haven't even gone to the real neighborhood yet, so I'm just gonna walk around and explore Greenpoint. I always wanted to come here, and finally I'm here, so I'm gonna try to make the most off of this adventure, so I'm glad to take you guys with me. And I gotta say, so far I'm loving the hipster vibe over here. You can see this old building over there. Like, it was pretty artistic, but there's people sitting down. They got like little shops in the entrance. They also got the outdoor dining theme, but yeah, really cool so far. I only seen like a little portion of this neighborhood, but I'm gonna try to make the best off of it. And as I'm walking over here, I've seen something that makes New York so unique, which is the street art and the murals and stuff. So I'm gonna take a little shot of it. Now I'm walking to see a church. When I Google Greenpoint, this church always pops up in the images. So I see it right in front of me, so I'm gonna walk around. And the main street is Manhattan Avenue, where they got all the stores and stuff. So I'm gonna walk around there and check it out. And I love about New York City is when you walk around the main street and you see so many stores, then you end up like in a quiet residential area like this. All the apartments is pretty cool. And by the way, the name of that church is St. Anthony, just in case if you're asking for it. So I see it right in front of me. So now I'm walking around Manhattan Avenue. And pretty much like any neighborhood in New York City has a little bit of everything, you know, restaurants, groceries, banks. So like I say, don't be afraid to explore outside Manhattan. Like if you really want to feel the real vibe of a neighborhood in New York City outside of Manhattan, like if you want to feel, you know, the locals and everything, it's good that you explore around Queens or Brooklyn, anywhere in the Bronx, so you can get that real vibe. So far, loving the vibes in the neighborhood. I'm seeing a lot of things I saw in Google. The neighborhood's not really that big, so it's pretty walkable. You get in one side, the Waterfront, and then you get the main street and the residential area, so a little bit of everything. And it's bordering Queens, so I might try to cross from Brooklyn to Queens. And you can get here by the G train or the ferry, so it's pretty interesting. And I love how they got all those brick buildings, and then the bottom they got all the businesses, so little by little, you know, it's pretty quiet right now. I don't know if it gets busy outside the pandemic, but yeah, it's really good to see the vibes of the neighborhood. And I hear a lot of people speaking foreign languages. I guess it's Polish, but that's one of the beautiful things I like about New York City. how diverse it is, and you see everybody from all over living here together. I'll tell you one thing I like about the summertime, walking around residential neighborhoods in New York City, is when these trees come out. Like, look. It's like if you're walking or driving on a tunnel of trees. And I bet in the fall season, which is coming up in 2 weeks, so I guess like around October, it looks even more beautiful when the trees, they turn orange. You know, when the leaves, they turn orange, yellow, red, so it must be pretty interesting. Walking around here, I can see the effects of the pandemic. A lot of businesses are shut down. And it looks pretty quiet out here, like not much going on. So I can see really, you know, how the small business, they hurt a lot during this pandemic. So let me show you. Like all of this here is shut down, it's closed. And then from across the street, that's shut down, that's shut down. So yeah, a lot of small business got really affected during the pandemic. It's funny because when I was walking around the waterfront, it looks like pretty different, like a lot of condos and stuff. I guess that's like the most wealthier area. But then you walk around here, it really feels like a neighborhood should look like. Pretty local, you know, but it's quiet. So I'm gonna try to walk all the way to the other side of Pulaski Bridge and cross from Brooklyn to Queens. Over here, I'm walking to the end. And also one thing I forgot to mention is that Greenpoint is the northern tip of Brooklyn, the northern tip. So right in front of me, I'm seeing Queens, all the development, but I cannot cross this side. I gotta go all the way to the back to Pulaski Bridge, which I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna walk around here because I see some pretty interesting things going on. So that was like a little tiny plaza over there, but it was pretty cool. Like, it's peaceful and it's quiet. You can see that river over there, where those buildings that you were seeing right behind me, that's Queens, New York over there. So I gotta cross over that way to Long Island City, Queens. And that is like the borderline of Queens and Brooklyn. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this over here that's right behind me, this is the northern tip of Brooklyn, New York. So pretty interesting. So now I'm gonna make my way to the main street and go to Pulaski Bridge and cross from Brooklyn to Queens. So I was checking out the map. That's a pedestrian area, so I'm gonna try to make my way there. So here I am again, and another mission to cross the bridge. But hopefully this bridge is not scary like the last bridge that I crossed, Queensboro Bridge. So far it looks good. And what I like about this bridge is that they got one side for the bike lanes, and then they got a pedestrian side, which is the side that I'm crossing right now. So it made sense, you know, the Queensboro Bridge, I had to share the pedestrian side with the bike lane, so it made it kind of scary. And the way how the bridge is designed also. But that's me, because I'm scared of heights. But hey, it's always good to try new things and go on a new adventure. So here I am in this bridge I've never been. Like I said, there's always things going on around New York City. I discovered like so many things, so pretty cool. Gotta tell you, walking around this bridge reminds me a little bit of Manila in the Philippines, so Bangkok, Thailand. They got bridges like this and a lot of skyscrapers, high rises, and neighborhoods around with a river. So it kind of brings me back memories when I visited over there. So hopefully when the pandemic is over, I can travel again, you know, and explore new things. Look at my background, all the city. That's Queens, and behind me is Manhattan. So it's amazing, right? This is a spot that I didn't even knew about. I found out in the map, so I decided to check it out. And look, it's not so famous, it's not impressive like the Brooklyn Bridge, but hey, it's something different, it's something cool, it's something local. So yeah. You know, don't be afraid to be checking out other neighborhoods in the city. So now I'm officially in Long Island City, Queens. You can see the neighborhood in my background. So it's a little different vibe from Greenpoint. But yeah, pretty cool. There's like a waterfront around here too, so yeah, really cool. So that was the end of my video in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. I walk around the neighborhood, then I cross the bridge here to Queens, New York, and I explore New Orleans. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay safe out there, everybody, and peace.